Welcome to the Leslie Hawkins Podcast. Each week, my guest and I discuss one pivotal moment in their life, what they learned from it, and their words of wisdom. At 37 years old, life was moving exactly as planned. A growing real estate business, his first child on the way, the future was bright. Until the diagnosis. What followed was a year defined by radiation, chemotherapy, surgery, and plenty of uncertainty. While fighting for his health, he was also running his business. And somehow, in the middle of it all, he had the best year of his real estate career. But this isn't just a story about productivity during crisis. It's about mental toughness, perspective, and what changes when your sense of control disappears. Welcome to the Leslie Hawkins Podcast. I am so grateful that you are here and joining us today. Please welcome today's guest, which is Chris Seney. So Chris is a highly successful real estate agent who actually is celebrating your 35th year in the industry, which is pretty incredible. So congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
And you and I have known each other actually for quite a while, not those 35 years, but quite a long while, because you have been instrumental in helping me and my family buy and sell actually multiple properties.
Yes,
So
we have.
yeah, it has been a bit of a journey.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's all great. So appreciative of your time. So this podcast is all based on one question, which is, what is one pivotal moment in your life? And the reason that it's that question, and it's just one question, is because, first of all, it's universal. Like, everyone's got pivots. And most of us, as we get older, we tend to have multiple pivots. And it can be isolating when you're having that pivot. And it can be a situation where when you're going through a pivot, you feel like you're the only person, nobody understands you. And when you actually talk about it, you find out, oh, lo and behold, there's an entire community of people who can empathize with your story, who can share your story. And so I wanted to create this platform for people to share their stories and to highlight amazing people like yourself for the audience. So that's why I chose that question. All right, Chris, let me ask you, what is that one pivotal moment in your life?
Yeah. Well, like anyone, all of us, I think we've all had a few pivotal moments.
Exactly.
But I'd say that probably the biggest is beating cancer. Yeah, that would probably be the biggest, because when you get told you got cancer, it's pretty tough. So
Yes.
Getting cancer at a young age, at 37 years old, in 2005, when I was told I had cancer, life kind of stopped, and I was like, wow,
Yikes.
we got a battle here.
Yeah.
But I met this doctor. It was funny. I went into South Lake, and I met this doctor that worked at Sunnybrook, and he was retired and just working, helping out, I guess, and
Nice.
and saw me and said, I'm going to get you down to Sunnybrook. I know the right doctor for you, right? So it was someone, I guess, he helped.
Yes.
At a doctor at a young age, and kind of helped him through. And when I went to Sunnybrook, you look around, and there's a lot of people going through cancer. So you're definitely not the only one. And that was a big thing that hit home right away. As I was like, oh shit, this isn't just me.
No.
This is happening to a lot of
totally
people.
not alone. So
suck it up and go through what you need to go through. So the one thing with Dr. Smith down in Sunnybrook, he had a plan which ended up working. So it worked out good.
Yeah, it worked out really well.
Yeah.
The plan was for a year, for 6 months. Was there a timeline on the plan?
Doctor had a plan on trying to shrink the tumor. and then surgery or shrink the tumor by radiation.
Okay.
And actually I had a chemo bottle that I had in my shirt.
Okay.
And then the plan was to reduce the tumor, surgery, and then chemo.
Okay.
So the first 6 months I was working and I would show up and I would have actually a chemo bottle.
Really?
In my shirt, hiding.
Oh my gosh.
So no one could see it.
Yeah.
So while I was working.
Wow.
So
So
that was a good thing. I guess I was going through that. I was really busy at work. So with Jen being pregnant, there was a lot of excitement about our first child coming. So I was doing everything I possibly can to beat cancer. So I found myself doing everything I possibly could and listening to what the doctor wanted me to do. So I was putting it into his hands and to the bro upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The bro.
So I was thinking that, even at night, I was trying to mentally think on trying to reduce this tumor too. So I think the mental side and plus the treatments is how you beat cancer. Or that's how I beat it. Never giving up.
Never giving up. Incredible mindset.
Yeah. It was a battle, but 05 was worth it. Doing the real estate, it ended up being my best year to date.
How ironic.
Working the first 7 months and following through with the plan the doctor had for me. Of course, when I was doing the chemo in the second half, I wasn't working as much, just because docs live in shit idea, right?
Right, exactly.
And I remember doing, they had 12 chemos I would do, and you would do them every second week, I think. And, the first few were easy because you'd go down to Sunnybrook and they'd hook you up and you'd sit there for a couple hours and take the chemo and I remember coming home and each day was worse. But you knew that it must have been working.
Yes.
And then you'd get better and you'd recover, and then boom, you're down at Sunnybrook again, doing the next one. So
right. But it works. Like they have a plan there for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was funny because I think the 10th one, I was like, I've had enough.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't want any more.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, because you got weaker and stuff like that, right? So it's, so I stuck to the plan and did the 10th, 11th, 12th.
Nice.
So, because the doctor says if you don't do it, hey, who knows, it might come back. Right? So now I'm happy I did it.
Yeah. Definitely.
So
yeah,
it worked out. So it's a tough battle, but I'm definitely one of the lucky ones that all the treatments worked.
Yeah.
So still here today.
You are, exactly. Yeah, it's a club and a community that you don't necessarily want to be part of, but grateful in that way that there is that community.
Yeah.
Do you mind sharing what kind of cancer it was?
Yeah, it was colon cancer.
Colon cancer.
Yeah.
Okay. And you caught it early, though?
Yeah. Being a guy, sometimes we delay the process, and I probably thought there was something going on a year before, and you never want to go to the doctor and
why would
because
you?
That's I don't know if it's a guy thing or if it's just something that we do, but I delayed it, and then it got to a point where I was like, there's definitely something happening,
Something's
so
not right.
I better go see the doctor.
Okay.
So,
and unfortunately, there's cancer was in your family.
Yeah.
With your dad.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the same kind of cancer.
No, he had lung cancer, caught it through asbestos at work, and that was in 91 when he passed.
Okay.
Or 1990, sorry.
1990. Okay.
When he passed.
Okay. All right. So there is some diligence, at least within your family, of like, we know that this exists.
Yeah. The doctors out there, the treatments, the chemo, the radiation, maybe in 91 wasn't, or 1990 wasn't available as it is today.
Yeah.
Or it was in 05 that helped me along. And today, the treatment's even better. So
even better, yeah.
The survivor rate is a lot better than it has been, right? Which is phenomenal.
Yeah. The numbers are doubling in decades, which is quite incredible.
So that's good, right?
That is good. So I have one question. The chemo bag that you had that you were hiding, you apparently did not tell people.
No.
Right? And why was that?
Well, no one knew. No one knew I was going through cancer except close.
Yes.
Family, friends. Of
course.
But my clients, I didn't want anyone to know because they didn't really need to know I was selling their house or we were out finding a house for them to buy. Which is a stressful thing to do anyway. So I didn't want anyone feeling sorry for me or not use me as a real estate agent because I was going through what I was going through. So I kept it hush hush, and some people still don't know today.
Yeah. Well, they'll find out soon.
Yeah. So.
Okay. All right.
I didn't think it was needed.
No.
To tell anyone. It was a separate issue.
Okay. Yeah.
It didn't make me not able to sell someone's home or show them property. So it actually helped me get through what I was going through.
Okay. Keep you focused.
Keep me focused.
Okay. Give you a sense of purpose.
And I needed to work, of course, because if I don't work, I can't pay my mortgage and survive through my business.
Yes.
So that was kind of pretty important to keep going, right? So,
plus, you had Jen at home, pregnant with Jack. So,
and that was another thing that kept me focused on getting through everything too. So
and so after Jack was born, it's only then that you had the surgery?
Yeah, so we made it that Jack was born June 7th, and my surgery was the 21st, 2 weeks later.
Okay. So you had 2 weeks to celebrate and spend time before the next stressful thing of doing surgery. Okay.
Yeah, we wanted to do that, so it worked out good. And the plan that the doctor had, that was kind of the date, so everything worked out, which was kind of cool.
Okay, yeah.
So we got Jack now, newborn, which was phenomenal, and then I went through surgery and then chemo. So
while you were going through your cancer treatment, your wife was pregnant with your son.
With Jack, yes.
With Jack, okay. So that must have added a bit of a extra complexity and concern.
Again, a tough thing for her to go through. To be pregnant and then have her husband as with cancer. So
that's a heavy load.
Yeah. But we got through it, and June of 2005, Jack was born. So
excellent.
It was kind of cool. It was hard for Jen.
It was definitely
tough year.
That's a really tough year.
So,
Because being a mom with a newborn, it's a lot.
yeah.
It's a lot for both parents, and to have you also as a huge worry and you going through your treatment. I can't imagine what it was also like for Jen to try and
Yeah, I think
get
it's
through that.
I think it's probably tougher
Yeah.
for the person that doesn't have cancer, because the support system on trying to do everything they possibly can.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of help.
Yes.
She was phenomenal throughout the whole
Right.
year.
That's incredible. Yeah. And then fast forward, so then you're in remission, which is great.
Yeah.
And then you have your miracle child that you weren't supposed to have
Yeah.
in Samantha.
Yeah, Sammy came along. It was definitely a miracle,
Yes.
which is phenomenal, because they told me, or told us,
Yes.
that chances are we probably wouldn't be able to have any more kids after the radiation and chemo. So
Right.
that's not always true. So
No.
we had Sam, which was phenomenal.
So good.
She was a miracle.
Yeah. It's always nice in that case that the medical community got it wrong.
Yeah.
And Samantha's here.
Yes.
And that's great. She's your miracle child.
Yeah.
Yes. That's incredible.
Yeah. So we're pretty lucky to have 2 healthy kids.
2 healthy kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing with cancer, you can it made me a better person after I got through it, because you can still live, and be successful and have friends, great friendships, and I think it made me a stronger person. Definitely going through it.
Right.
And you don't take life for granted.
No.
There's a lot of us that get cancer and don't beat it. I was one of the lucky ones. I guess my cancer was one of the slower moving ones, and the treatment I was on, it worked out. And a lot of us survive.
Yes.
There's a lot of survivors today, and the research they're doing is phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
So, yeah, it's definitely made me a better person, and maybe a better friend, better with my family, better with my work, business wise. So yeah, it was quite a year.
Quite a year. And so, as you look back on your journey, obviously it's 20 years that you're cancer free, and yet there's so much emotion that's still with it.
Yeah, it's tough to talk about things, especially like that, right? Like, but I think it's good to talk about it, and and to get it out, and it's good therapy, right? But it's always a little tough because my dad passed away of cancer, and I've had some friends, right? So,
yeah,
and it's touched a lot of us.
It's touched a lot of lives. I appreciate the emotion of how intense it is.
Yeah.
In that it doesn't matter if it was 20 minutes ago or 20 years ago, it's still super present. So can we switch gears into for those weeks? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Can we talk about the real estate industry? So what first got you into real estate?
Well, actually, my cousin, he was one of the top realtors in Newmarket. So I was kind of going through what I'm going to do after school, and not knowing, he said, "Hey, why don't you get into real estate?" And I was always interested in homes. I guess that probably came from my mom, because she loved to move a lot. being born and raised in
Yeah.
Newmarket, we moved a lot. She liked to move, right? Of course, but and then he said, "Hey, why don't you get your real estate license?" And I decided to go down that path and got my license, and then started with him and learned the business pretty quick.
Okay. And it was smooth sailing from day one?
Yeah, it was great. Great the first year, and then basically it didn't work out like I planned. So I thought I'd instead of working on a team, I'd go out and work by myself and start the business that way.
Okay.
And it was funny because he said, "Good luck, and you're probably not going to make it on your own, right?" So that was maybe some motivation.
Thanks for the
right,
cheerleading.
motivation right away, and
Right.
35 years later,
Yeah.
it's been a pretty good business for me
Yes.
over time. But
Absolutely.
it's a tough business. It's
It's
not
tough.
it's not as easy as what people think. But when the market's great, it's easy. But when the market gets tough,
It's really tough.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great business.
Mhm.
Real estate. I believe in it, and
Yeah.
home ownership is important, I think.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we saw during the pandemic, there was like tons of people that were like, well, I'm staying at home, I've been laid off, whatever it is, I'm going to move into real estate. And so
Yeah.
there, at least in this area, it feels like there's just been a burgeoning of just tons of new real estate agents, which adds another level of complexity, I have to imagine, to the
Yeah.
marketplace. But then your business is also so tied into what's happening politically and economically. And so, how do you forecast your business? Is it like big dartboard at home and here's how I know what I'm doing? Or,
Yeah, it's you always have kind of an idea, but you don't know. When
okay.
January 1st comes along, it's one of those businesses that you hope you survive.
Mm,
And you do everything you're supposed to do. You have a plan.
yeah.
Um, and at the end of the year, it seems to work out. And you get into a tax problem, and then you do it all over again. But being in the business for as long as I have
Mm.
now, it's definitely changed compared to when I first started.
Oh, I could not
Um,
imagine.
you just went with the flow and faked it until you made it, type of thing. And then once you build a little bit of a career and more about running a business the
Mhm.
proper way, it becomes a little bit easier where you have a little bit of a plan. But that can change over time too, because early on in my career, you would always try new things,
Yeah.
but I didn't have a plan like I do now
Okay.
in the last 10 years.
Right.
If I started at the plan earlier, maybe I'd be in Florida right now, and
You'd be retired. Yeah.
we'd be doing this down there, right?
Surf and
Yeah.
sand, that sounds good right about now.
Yeah.
So, what made you make that shift, though, of it sort of being a job that you're doing in a career to now it's more business focused?
I finally took the business a little more serious,
Okay.
rather than just hoping people were going to call me of friends, past clients, and
Yes.
if someone's thinking about selling real estate, call Chris.
Right.
But that's a great business, but I was leaving a lot of probably business
Mm,
out there that I wasn't getting because of I never had the plan. So 10 years ago, I ended up getting a coach and helping me out and going
nice.
to um, this person that taught me a different way of maybe doing the
Nice.
business on getting clients.
Okay.
Um, and it wasn't anything new. It was
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the stuff that maybe I was doing. I wasn't doing consistent enough. So
Okay.
once I got a plan and a method going,
Mm-hmm.
it seemed like I wasn't spinning the wheels anymore.
Yes.
I was doing things, reaching my clients in a better way.
Mm-hmm.
On running my business and following up and getting and it's worked out
Yes, absolutely.
a lot better than it was, right? So yeah,
Yeah, less haphazard,
yeah,
right? When it's a bit more organized and planned.
yes,
Yes. Okay. So I mean, the beauty of working with somebody like you've had 35 years experience. You've seen the ups, you've seen the downs. Like there's not much you haven't experienced, which
yeah,
is helpful for somebody either buying or selling. But in the current economic situation we're in, where like cost of living is so crazy and the real estate market isn't quite where it was, like how do you manage your business through that? How do you coach people through that, right? People are like, well, it's a great time to buy,
yeah,
but I don't want to sell.
yeah,
And you can't do both. You can't do one without the other
yeah,
unless you're going to get into the rental business, which is totally different.
yeah.
But how do you manage through all of that?
I actually like the market the way it is right now.
Okay.
It reminds me when I first started back in the 90s, where it's more of a balanced market. It's a fair
Mm,
market for both sides.
okay.
It got a little crazy there with house prices. We lost control almost of what a
Mm,
house was worth. It was a seller's market for such a long time,
yes.
where houses were maybe selling for, well, we know they were selling for too much money, right?
Hmm.
So once the prices go too high, it eliminates the first-time buyer or
Yeah.
the new buyer getting into the market. And when you don't have a first-time buyer, it's hard to have a market, right? So if
Right.
you owned a house and you were moving up or down,
Hmm.
it was okay, right?
Right.
But it's tough for the new buyer coming in unless
Yes.
the parents are helping out.
Right.
So now with the market being a little
Hmm.
tougher and a little bit slower, which is sometimes beneficial for a buyer and seller,
Hmm.
especially someone moving in today's market. They can take their time on making sure they get the right house and they
Yeah.
pay a fair price for it, and they can sell their house at the same time
Mm.
and go through the steps to sell their house for market value or as get as much as
As
possible.
possible. Yeah.
Um, it's probably a better market. It
Hmm.
is a little bit slower. It's taken 30, 40 days to sell a house and to buy a house. Sometimes it takes someone
A long time.
a couple of years
Yep.
or a week, right?
Hmm.
You never know when that right house comes along
Right.
or the house that's at the right price or affordability.
Hmm.
So homes are more affordable now. Interest rates are great.
Yes.
So that's positive. But most people need to sell their house first
Yes.
before they buy. So that's the big reason why the market's a little
Yeah.
slower on sales right now. But
Okay.
I see 2026 as being a pretty good year. It's just
Nice.
it's taking a little bit time. I don't know if it's the weather or
Mm.
the last few years. January's been really good for sales,
Hmm.
which was not normal. Usually the
No.
market started in March.
Hmm. Yeah. When the
Usually,
sun
or
comes
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we think it's slower
Mm.
because of what's happened the last few years, but
Okay.
it's really a normal market now.
It's
So
normal.
yeah,
And we both have, you know, older kids now,
yeah,
getting older. Um, and we have this conversation on a regular basis around our dinner table of like, how does the next generation get into this market? Like it's not easy. Like we're in the greater Toronto area,
yeah,
so downtown Toronto is crazy.
yeah,
Like the condo market's a bit out of control, but What's your, like, for those people who are thinking, I would love to get into real estate, not on the industry side, but into real estate, like actually buying a place. What's your recommendation to them?
Yeah, it's tough to get into the market, but I think people are making more money than maybe we did when we were first starting out.
Yes.
But it's all relative because of house prices and
Yes.
stuff like that. But I would suggest if you're trying to buy a house, maybe buy one with an apartment downstairs that you can rent out to offset some of the
Yes.
costs of owning, or you team up with someone else and you buy together. We did that back in the 90s. Like my very first house I bought with a friend, and we started in the market that way. And he ended up meeting someone. He bought me out. I took my profit and bought another house with another partner, and then you just build that way. I think that's probably the best way to do it.
Yes.
If it's with a friend or a partner or with family.
Yes.
Today I think a lot of people are getting help from their family to buy a property.
Right.
Especially if you want to live in this area.
Yes.
I think for our kids, they might not have the same opportunity as we did.
Yes.
To be able to buy a property and live in the area you grew up in. I think that's changed.
It's harder.
It's definitely harder. So, that's options for people maybe to, they might start their life an hour away from where they grew up, or 2 hours, or in another province. Who knows?
Yes. Okay.
So I find with my kids, they aren't getting in the real estate business, which I think probably is maybe a good thing. And my son wants to get into a trade and be an electrician, and he's going through an apprenticeship right now.
Nice.
And my daughter wants to go to school and become a school teacher. So I think they're two great jobs that you're able to live anywhere in Canada. If they want to buy a house, they don't maybe need to live in Newmarket
in this area,
right?
Yeah.
So, because I don't think prices are going to drop to where they were when we were buying. They're definitely not going to drop.
No.
I think they're at the lowest point. I think we might be at the bottom of the market right now.
Okay.
Which is, we think prices are high, but they're a lot lower than they were in the peak of the market in 2022.
Yeah, that was insane, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Interesting. So as you look back at your career, let's start with the career and then we can go back to the personal. But on the career side, what would be your words of wisdom for somebody coming into the real estate industry? If they're thinking, I may or may not want to get into it, what would be your words of wisdom?
I would probably tell them that it's a very tough business, but if you want to get into it, it can be a great business if you do it the right way.
Okay.
I always thought about my clients before myself, and that's how I built my business. Because I thought if I did a great job for someone on the buy or the sell, that they would look after me by referring my name to someone else.
Yes.
So I always, the client was first. Chris was second, and that's the way I think a lot of business should be run. I think a lot of people do that that are successful, and that was one of the things that maybe is the reason why I've lasted so long in the business. But someone starting out new, I would tell them that maybe team up with someone in a team to learn the business, like I did at the beginning. And if you want to branch off on your own, you can. It is a great business. So some people starting out young, I was 23 years old when I started. Other people, they've got into a career and they've loved that career and they've retired, or they've decided to get into real estate to do something else. And, which a lot of people have been successful having a second career like real estate. So
yes. Okay, good. So as you look back at the multiple pivots you've had through life and definitely your cancer journey, what have you learned about yourself through all of that?
What I've learned probably most is to keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going. Okay.
There's a lot of hills, big hills to climb, ups and downs.
Yes.
And that's normal.
Yeah.
And they can be challenges to make you better, right? So I think that is what I've learned over time is nothing just goes straight uphill. Straight downhill, or it's flat. There's always bumps in the road, and I think that's makes us better.
Exactly.
As a person.
Yeah.
Inside and outside, if it's business or personal.
Right. Okay. And my last question for you then would be words of wisdom for the audience today on everything you've learned from life so far.
I would say don't take life for granted, because you never know what's down the road. Always, be nice to other people, because at the end of the day, you're going to you'll get it back in return, no matter what it is. If it's getting through an illness or being successful in a business, or through a friendship, or a relationship, or with your family, right? So don't take life so serious, and just have fun.
Agreed.
While you're doing it.
Absolutely. And then whatever comes your way, you can totally handle it, right? You're used to the ups and downs at that point. Well, thank
tough
you.
Things make you stronger, right?
Yes.
So you benefit at the end of the day.
Yeah. Some battles are easier to handle than others.
Yes.
Agreed. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. I know it was a bit of an emotional roller coaster, but I appreciate it. I think it's so who you are. It's so authentic to you. Thank you for your friendship as well. And it's been great having this conversation, and I'm grateful not only that you're here, but that you're here.
Yeah.
That 20 years ago you fought the fight, and that you are still here and still doing really great, not only in the industry, but also on the golf course. Have to say, Chris is an excellent golfer. So thank you. Totally appreciate you.
Great. Thanks, Leslie. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining me today. I've known Chris for many years, and yet he never talked about his cancer journey. He chose to keep it private, which I totally respect. So I am truly touched that he chose to share it with us on this platform. His story about wearing a chemo bag under his shirt is definitely one for the ages. If this story resonated with you, please share it with someone you care about, and be sure to subscribe so you can continue to hear more pivotal stories involving one question, one turning point, one powerful story. I'll see you next week with another guest on the Leslie Hawkins Podcast.